6, subject social science, chapter number 9, the second urbanization. We will discuss about the second urbanization. What is the urbanization? In your textbook, the second urbanization, we have read earlier about the growth of the Mahajanpadas and the Kanagads in the later Vedic period. However, the archaeological excavation do not reveal any substantial evidence of towns and cities until the Mauryan period. By 300 BSE, many cities and towns immigrated in different parts of India. The changes from village or rural life to city or urban life is called urbanization. What I am saying, what is the urbanization? Here is the definition is urbanization. The definition is the change from village or rural life to city or urban life is called urbanization. We know very well what is the atmosphere in village. There is no vehicle in village, and what were in village cultures, and what is the way of culture in city, what were in clothes and speaking in village. You know very well. The change of village or rural life to city or urban life is called urbanization. So, moving, the phase of urbanization increased in the post-Mauryan phase. Historians refer to this phase as the second urbanization, because the first urbanization took place during the period of the Indus Valley civilization. Why was the second urbanization? Second urbanization. Why lead to second urbanization? Because the first urbanization took place during the period of the Indus Valley civilization. So we need the second urbanization, because the first urbanization took place during the period of the Indus Valley civilization. Moving further, features of the second urbanization. What is the feature of second urbanization? Here is the features of second urbanization. Pali and Sanskrit texts mention the growth of many towns during this period. You know where Pali and Sanskrit texts mention the growth of many towns during this period. Some of these were Some of these were Patliputra, Rajgira, Vaishali, Champa, Banaras, Mathura, Kashumbi, Saraswati, Kapilavastu and Ayodhya. Features of the second urbanization. In some of these example, Patliputra, Rajgira, Vaishali, Champa, Banaras, Mathura, Kashumbi, Saraswati, Kapilavastu and Ayodhya. Let us read about the main features of this period. Moving further, use of iron tools and implements. So student, you know very well use of tools, iron tools and implements. Iron tools and implements were used extensively. These help in the expansion of agriculture. You know very well use of agriculture in iron tools. The iron plow in our farm, and iron axe help in clearing large tracts of forest land which were used for cultivation. This led to an agriculture surplus. Student, you see in farm iron tools plow in our farm, and iron axe help in cleaning large tracts of forest land which were used for cultivation. This land to an agriculture surplus. Increase in agriculture production. What will we study? Increase in agriculture production. Increase in agriculture production. During this period, agriculture was the main occupation of the people in the villages. Agriculture production had increased considerably with the use of the iron plowshare. A variety of crops were produced using new method of agriculture. Student, this is the methods in past using the agriculture in farm. The new method is the new method of transplanting, splitting or small plants, revolution agriculture production. By this method, farmers raised small splitings and carefully transplanted them in bigger fields. Methods of irrigation had also improved as canals, wells, tanks and artificial lakes were used to irrigate the farms. What is the new method of the transplanting, splitting or small plants? Revolution agriculture production. By this method, farmers raised small splitings and carefully transplanted them in bigger fields. Methods of irrigation had also improved as canals, wells, tanks and artificial lakes were used to irrigate the farms. Further the going in next video. Okay, bye. So student, we will discuss about the urbanization and we will discuss about the trade and craft units. So what is the trade and craft units? Keywords here is during this period the trading classes grew and prospered. The trading classes grew and prospered. People belonging to the particular trade or craft or organized in the form of units or trends and from their own rules. Their own rules. The units were two types of merchants units and craft units. What I'm saying? The units or trainees are farm their own rules. And units were two types. What is the first? First is merchants units and another one crafts units. There is the two type of units. Units were two types of. First one is merchant units and second craft units. The merchant units were guilds or traders or merchants. The craft units were guilds of weavers, goldsmiths, carpenters, leather workers and division workers. What does the craft units? The crafts units were units of weavers, and goldsmiths, carpenters, leather workers, and ivory workers. The craft guilds included many of workers, guilds of weavers, goldsmiths, carpenters, leather workers, and ivory workers in the craft guilds. Both the merchants and the craft people lived in fixed areas of the towns. The guilds had their members in several ways. The period technical training. They provided technical training. Technical training. Organized trade activities. Trade activities help in procuring raw materials, raw materials helped in selling goods. Raw materials helped in selling goods, and also served as bank where rich people could deposit their money. Their money. What I am saying, they provided technical training, organized their activities, helped in procuring raw materials, helped in selling goods, deposit their money. The guilds also provided loans. To its members for their trading activities. Guilds also provided loans. We know very well what is the loan. Loan is financial help. You know that. And guilds also provided loans in its members for their trading activities. So furthermore, the inscription found on many stamps and sugars after the donation and gift made by merchants and traders to temple and ministers. The inscriptions found on many stamps and sanghas refer to donations. You know very well donation donation. What is the main donation? We will get the admission, you can pay the donations and gifts. And you know very well in gifts, what is the gift? Gifts made by merchants. By merchants and traders to temples and monasteries information about craftspeople and guilds is also available in early Buddhist literature and Kautilya's Arusthatra. There were references to specialized groups living together in certain villages. For example, the Jataka mentioned a border village in Kashi where a number of carpenters lived in. Merchants regularly visit the village for the trade. So students, we will discuss about this enough and we will further moving in next video. Okay, bye.